Welcome everybody to episode 10 of Tales from the Tackle Shop, and this could be a very short podcast. We have got technical difficulties
and speaking difficulties
and language barrier, but
and fishing abilities.
Well, yeah, we know we're both crap, but I wasn't going to actually mention that.
What?
Have you changed your name to Terry?
Yeah, I've got plenty of names this week. Come on. Next one.
Terry Wogan, for those older viewers.
Yeah.
Have you got a checkbook and pen?
This one is probably one of the most watched or listened to podcasts out of the lot. So
I honestly wasn't going to mention it.
Oh, whatever. Bullshit.
And appearing tonight on.
Right. Anyway, how's your week been then, Andy?
Well, about the same as yours.
Yeah.
No, actually, I have caught something.
Have you?
Yeah, I caught quite a few. I had a big perch. I had several.
Nice.
Last Thursday, I haven't really been fishing apart from Thursday. I've lost the bug, mate.
Have you?
Yeah. Lost the bug. Not very fit. Feel a bit... The weather's been strange.
I think the pressure is definitely, or the low pressure, or the high pressure even.
High pressure, yeah.
High pressure is knackering.
Your drawing arm.
That's always been knackered, but the fishing has been patchy, to say the least. Yeah.
What,
patchy.
are you talking from personal experience? Or?
Personal, yeah. Don't worry, there's quite a few chip shop awards this week, but I'm not just getting one.
Well, it's about time you got a few.
There's a few from the week before as well. They're all going to get it today, I tell you.
Look at the anger in his eyes.
Oh,
Foot's tapping.
It's all what goes around comes around.
Foot's
That's
tapping.
all I've just got to say. All right.
I woke up today, turned my phone on.
Oh.
Right. Ping. I'm thinking, who the bloody hell is that? Moley.
Yeah.
He got himself. He said, I did not do this.
No, he's not intelligent enough to do that.
But should we drop it in now?
If you want, yeah.
Okay, it's going to go back there.
Right.
So I got that, and I thought,
Blankety blank,
and I
blank.
thought, what's going on here? Terry Wogan. Then I thought, that can't be right. And about an hour later, my phone rang, and it was you.
Yeah, get it out of the way. Come
You had
on,
a
let's go.
10-minute rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10.
20. Well, we won't mention. We'll talk about it later. What should we talk about first? Let's go back to, because actually, let's be sensible for a few minutes. You've just come back from the River Wye.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Had first.
Drew well there as well, didn't you?
Well, I always draw bungholes.
Actually, so the River Wye, was it a festival?
So I got the opportunity to fish the 3-day festival on the Wye, which is, mega. It's normally unbelievable fishing, and it was really good fishing. Like anywhere with a low, clear river, the fishing was a bit patchy. And with 72 anglers on there, not everyone's going to be on a pile of fish. The festival was brilliant. It was a festival. It's a bit like when you go to Ireland, everyone goes back to the pub afterwards. Everyone's chatting. Everyone's enjoying the banter, listening to how people have caught and stories of that peg and this peg, and it was brilliant. Me and Anthony Watson went down on the Tuesday. So first time seeing the Wye.
Did he pay for anything?
Hey, Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
He's a Yiddite, isn't he?
Oh right, yeah. Sorry. And
If he's related to Chave,
yeah.
he doesn't pay for anything.
So
Oh, by the way, we're not talking about football anymore at all.
funny that, isn't it? Eh? And sing when you're winning and all that, innit? Eh? No Arsenal fans have all disappeared, haven't they?
Do you want to get it out of the way?
What?
The Newcastle win. We're going to save it till later.
No.
Come on, let's go back to the Wye, the proper festival in the pub.
So
did people show you pictures of fish so you could reminisce what one looked like?
funny you are, aren't you? Great. And yeah, it was awesome. So first day, we got there, walked along every single peg, looked at every single peg, and Tony's like, wow, this is where I caught the barbel. Did I tell you about this barbel? It's a bit of a running joke in our team that, you know, we've caught this barbel about 100 times. Tony brings it up every time.
Was it a big barbel?
Only about £6, but he tells you every time, you know. And he's like,
double caster.
These pegs are brilliant when it's about 4 meters or whatever. These are the pegs to draw, but you probably don't want to be here. You don't want to be going here on the last day. That's what he's going right now. Yeah. And we walked all the way. I think they call it the Ash Path. Walked all the way along there and didn't really see too many fish top. Never see a row or anything. You know, it was sort of a few bleak, but opposite peg 65. There was just a million fish there and a million cormorants, and I was like, wow. You know,
could you see the fish?
Topping, yeah. Like, not topping like they do around here. These are like bosh, proper fish topping. So I was a bit like, I'd done a bit of prep, but there's just a million one things to do. So knowing the river and knowing the conditions is a massive advantage. And it's safe to say it's completely alien to what we do around here. Completely alien. So I drew my peg, go in. So it's a completely open draw first day. Went in, I drew peg 12, which I looked at the board from the team match on the Sunday and it blanked. I was like, oh, that's not good. They say, oh, it's a good peg when there's a bit of water on and the barb will move down. So I was like, well, it is what it is. I thought it might actually be good for me to draw there. I don't want to be going into the best pegs on the first day and being that far off the pace, like, and get absolutely bamboozled and like, what the hell. So I thought, oh, well, that sounds about right. We'll go. Anyway, I set up two rods to catch one maggot feeder and like a meat feeder, and then I set up a 17-foot float rod with a big stick on, fishing sort of down the edge. It looked lovely. Oh, and a flat float. So in one peg, you've got 3 or 4 different things. Started on a maggot feeder after about, I think it was about 8 minutes. The tip just dropped back slack. I thought, that's got to be a barbel. Picked up, and I was like, oh. Anyway, come down the edge. It was a barbel. Probably the smallest one in there. It was about that big. It was probably 1.5 pounds.
I bet they look nice to look at, though.
Oh, beautiful, clear water. And it proper fought. It really did fight. And so I thought, I ain't biting. That's the main thing. So, and then after about 2.5 hours, I've caught nothing. So I thought, I'll try this. I've been feeding a few maggots, sort of, I don't know, 6-7 meters. I tried the bait dropping in some worms with like decent flat float, like 60. It was quite pacey there. 6 gram ray, or one of these new ones from Dave Harrell. What I must say is Dave Harrell put me right with, well, so did a lot of the anglers. They're all really helpful. I rung Dave before I went and he sorted me out a range of bollos and stick floats and flat floats and all sorts. So for all eventualities.
Why are they different to the Hydra ones, for example?
They're very similar to the Hydra rounds. These are just a bigger bristle, obviously for a bigger bait.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, carbon stem and all the silicons and everything, because obviously we just don't do it around here.
No.
I've not fished a stick float many times, but I really enjoyed just running a float through my peg. I think I had 2 bites on that. Well, I had 3, I think, and well, I had 3 because I hooked 3 fish, but I had a roach come off about this big. I think it was a roach. You might.
Dog roach.
Well, around here it is, yeah. And 2 perch just out of the blue, just running it through, and I just thought maybe if I fish that peg again, I might have fished a waggler. I don't know why. I think waggler might have been better, but because of the way it was. Anyway, I had £3, I'm gonna say £3.5, something like that, which actually beat 3 or 4 in the section, I think. Hadrian Whittle drew peg 2. I mean, you probably don't know Hadrian Whittle, but he's unbelievable. He's probably one of the best, if one of the best river anglers in the country, and that's his home venue. And he's had £30. He's had like 3 or 4 barbel and a couple of big chub on meat feeder. So second day we're going to the middle section. So the weights the day before, I think the lowest weight in one of the sections was like £22.
So over the 3 days, were you in 3 sections?
Yeah.
And they rotated it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So second day we go in and I drew peg 50. So the town is absolutely rammed full of these, like, what are they, 12 ounce, half 10 ounce. They look like they're only about 6 ounce, but they weigh like 12 ounce, real heavy things. And what the locals do there is
roach?
No, chub.
Chublets.
Lice, yeah.
Yeah.
So what they do is they ball it down the middle, like ball like 8 or 10 in, big jaffers, and then go straight on it with like a big bollo, like an 8 or 10 gram bollo, which is because of the lack of flow, that's like normal, but if in normal conditions they'd fish a heavier one type thing. And they just keep going for like an hour and catch as many of these chub as they can, because they just die off, they just switch off. So that was my plan. So I had that set up. I set up a couple of like 7 meter whips with like 3 gram and a 2.5 gram float for running, and then I had a flat float for down the edge because there's loads of perch. Like a lot of the weights, it's silly how many perch are in that river, and they're not little. You know, they're little for you, but they're like 12 ounces to 2.5, 3 pounds.
Oh wow!
Lovely fish. Yeah. Really nice fishing, like bait dropping in worms, and then like might catch a few on casters later on as they get.
So before you did this, but you knew how to fish it, even though you've probably never done that sort of fishing before.
I've done obviously flat float with worms,
No,
but bollo fishing, no.
So you're
alien.
thinking, oh my lord, is this going to work?
I think because the Y is such full of fish, the ground bait brings the fish in, and like you're getting them down in one place. Whereas I think on a lot of the rivers where you fish stick float, it's all about loose feeding. And I think certain conditions that river will be a loose feed river, but I felt that there's billions of bleak, like biblical amounts of bleak, and it's so, like Dave Harrell said to me, without the bleak the whole system doesn't work. You know, there wouldn't be so many perch, there wouldn't be as many chub, and vice versa. And everyone kept saying, oh, it's full of roach, they're just not in there yet. But I think as the days went on, more and more roach were caught, and this week I've read a few posts and people are saying there's roach starting to feed in the town, and they're not little like here. If you catch a roach there.
Yeah, I saw some videos. I saw Think More Media with what?
Tom Catchmore.
Yeah, no, Rory.
Yeah.
Playing this fish. I'm thinking, what's he got on the end? And he swung it in and it was a roach. I'm thinking that was fine. Well.
Yeah. Proper river roach.
Yeah. So come on, go back to the.
Yeah. So
what happened?
Second day, I sort of set quite a bit up, and I was a bit more not in tune with the river, but felt like I was getting to know the feel for it. So I balled it. I've gone on it. I've caught probably 12 or 13 of these chub, and then the whole peg just filled up with these bleak. Like you'd never seen anything like it. It was just, you know, you're fishing at like 6 gram bollo, try and get through them. I had a 4 and a 6 gram, and it's about 6 foot deep, and 6 gram, it's not flowing that hard, but you obviously need the weight to get out there. Now it's going in, your bollo's going like this, you think, how many are there? And I felt like I wanted to loose feed. It felt like I wanted to loose feed, but I couldn't because of the bleak. I tried for these perch, couldn't really catch them. I obviously did something wrong with that. I fed it in the wrong place. And after about an hour and a half, I've like lost my way, if you know what I mean. The plan's not working. Yeah. These bleak have really like naffed me. And then it was weird. You'd get a little spell where the bleak just disappeared, and you'd run your rig through and catch a roach or a dace every chuck, and you're like, and then every chuck again, you just get a bleak. It's really weird. It's like, as soon as the bleak disappeared, you could present your bait right, but the thing is, what I didn't realise is they fish meat a lot, and they put meat in the ground bait. So we'd never dream of doing that round here, putting meat in your ground bait. But these chublets, basically they loose feed meat. They feed like 6 mil cubes of meat in a catapult, like you would you know, like we use corn to get them when it's like
yeah.
They use luncheon meat, and they just fish a 6 mil cube on a bollo and just run it through, and they catching these chub.
I suppose the bleak don't touch it.
No.
Weird. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Really weird, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So after I had the last 20 minutes, the bleak disappeared. Like, you know, it's that time of day where roach start to feed and everything's like, and I had a run of these roach on my 7th hand, and I was like, yeah, this is a bit of me, this is. I only caught for 20 minutes, and I thought, you can see why they do these big weights, because it was like fishing around here. You fed a ball of ground bait, and you'd run your rig. You'd get one there, then you get one close to your ground bait, then you'd get 2 or 3 on your ground bait, and then the next one, so you feed another ball like that, and it bang straight on it, and it was like fishing around here, but every fish is like that, right? Do you know what I mean? It was mega. I thought, cool, I hope I draw really well. Anyway, after the match, I had 25 pound, which is a very low weight for there. The day before, I think Mike Bedding who's Riverfest champion this year. He had £37, but that section fished worse each day as it went on. The day before on the opposite bank there was £60. You know, that's all in your section, and everyone caught like £40. It's unbelievable fishing. So I'm thinking, right, last day, I got no chance of winning or whatever because of the first day, because it's a points festival. Last day I thought, right, I just want to draw on a platform somewhere and catch these perch and then catch these chub to start, fish a similar match to how I've done today, but do it a lot better. And the famous peg is 96, so that's the one you've seen Rory Jones on and all the filming. Yeah. So that is like, it's like pig market corner at March. Do you know what I mean? If it goes in, it normally wins. Whether it's roach, whether it's rudd, dace, it's just a pile of fish there. And so gone into the draw bag, and I've drawn out peg 98, and I've drawn where Tony said you don't really want to draw here on the last day on a low river. And I've drawn it, and he's gone, oh, he's looked at me, he's gone in and drawn 101, same section again. So we're like, I can't believe that. You know when someone's just like, you think, oh my God, what have I done to deserve this? And the day before, my peg had caught like 6 barbel, I think. But what was noticeable, each day there was a little shoal of barbel that one peg would catch, and then they'd move a couple of pegs down. And the river was just getting lower and lower at this point. So we're like, the thing is, these 6 pegs are in with 96, 95. So even though we're like 300 yards...
It's 95 the other side of the bridge.
96 is, yeah.
So you got...
So 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102 are where we are. And then the other side of the bridge is 96, 95. So we're like, well, the best you can do is probably come 6th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win that 6 and everyone that side of you normally beats you. But on a different river, with it being really high and coloured, you want to be on our pegs.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously it's on an inside of a bend. What flow is over, basically all the fish you're catching are all in the town, or they're not there yet for whatever reason. And you can see why, because there's trees, and it's like, you could just see it be really slow there, and every fish is going to sit there. Anyway, after walking it and backwards and just, you know, when I just set up 2 rods. Well, actually, I set up 3 rods. I had a meat feeder, a maggot feeder, and then I set up a waggler as well, because it's shallow there on the inside. I thought, do you know what, in boredom, just going to feed maggots. Yeah. And see if I might catch some dace. So you don't know with that river, the fish just rock up and disappear. Yeah. So anyway, after about an hour and 10 minutes into the match, I don't think anyone had caught anything. Watling come walking about. He said, "Oh, a bloke on the end's caught a chub." So all right. Anyway, he walked up. He
sniffed that one out.
He did. Yeah. He did mention. You keep mentioning he's a bit of a sniffer.
It's honk. He's obviously listening carefully.
Yes.
Checking.
Yeah.
Well done, Tone. Make sure you're checking.
And
listened all the way through. Nice one.
And then I was just like, do you know what? I sat there on my phone watching Catchmore Media coverage of what they were catching on the next page.
Were they doing lives?
Yeah, they were doing lives. So I sat there on my phone just waiting for a rod to get bent over. I keep looking at them. I don't know, looking. And then I think Hadrian Whittle's bagging. I was like, oh, that's another shot. Look, oh yeah. I looked up, my tip moved, I thought. And it like just dropped back. I thought, oh yes, barbel. I picked up and I thought, oh, I've got the smallest barbel in the world again, isn't it? And it was a perch, about a pound, maybe £1.4, something like that. And I was like, I'll take it.
Blank saver.
Yeah, I've not blanked. So
yet.
Yeah, all right, calm down. So anyway, got with about 50 minutes to go. Tone's packed it. He said, oh, I'm going to go for a walk and all that. And he's like, oh, you don't want to go up there. You don't want to go up there and see them all catching. I was like, well, I've seen it all on Catchmore Media.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'm not learning anything here. I need to get home for work the next day. And so I thought, I'm going to pack up as well. So the old slow pack up normally produces a barbel, don't it, Steve Winters? Yeah. And well, it didn't happen this time. So I just chucked all the gear in Tone's van, and we was off home. So instead of getting home at about 11 o'clock, we got home at about 8:30, I think, on Friday night. Back to work Saturday. So the festival was superbly run. I can't wait for next year. Hopefully draw on a few more fish. I know more, get a feel of things and what prep I need to do, and yeah, awesome.
This is good because
So well done to Chris Jones for winning. I think Charlie was second, Charlie Gooch, so thanks for his info. He's got a bit of a reputation around there as being an absolute draw bag.
Charlie Gooch.
Yeah.
Does he draw well over here as well?
Yeah.
Can you not learn something from him?
I actually felt bad for him because, you know, I don't know the feeling, but when someone's drawing that well, they almost look embarrassed that they've drawn that peg. You know, like when they go, oh, yeah, I've drawn no.
Would you be embarrassed drawing a flyer?
I would honestly, I'd sack it. Well, we'll come to that later. But, yeah, so I enjoyed it, got home, and since then, Tony's been ill, bless him. So obviously, 3 days away with me is absolutely crippled.
He probably had to pay for something, mate. He's probably got a bit of a fever.
Right, yeah.
Him and Chave, probably want to ask Chave for a loan.
Yeah. But no, it's brilliant 3 days and fantastic river and great bunch of lads. Great.
It's interesting because I remember talking to you about a year ago about whether you get bored just doing the same thing around here. And I don't know if you've done it subconsciously, but now you're actually fishing.
If you drew like Charlie and Gav and people like that, you probably would get bored, yeah. But me, I'm bored of catching just shy of nothing.
Well, we'll come on to that. Don't ruin the suspense.
Okay, I think they've worked it out by now.
Yeah. So all right, Terence. So, but the point what I'm trying to make is that you're actually doing really well because you go to Ireland. You're fishing this one. Have you got any more other festivals and you're actually fishing different types of water? Or where's the feeder one that Tamar? Are you doing that one? Or is that Clash of Ireland?
No, probably shan't do Tamar next year. No. I natural venues. I do a variety. I love fishing the Trent, but in the winter, normally this area is the best place to go.
The reason I mention it is because I'm in the same situation with my fishing.
Yeah.
The last few years been solely on the resis, and I'm bored beyond belief now.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold the attraction for me. I'm going to try and do some videos of going out into the wilds and see if I can catch a £20 pike, £10 zander and £3 perch. Not in the same day.
Yeah.
But whether I can get one over the winter, because I don't think I can.
Right.
I think I might be able to get a pike. The perch, apart from one, I don't know, there should be some big perch somewhere, but I have no idea where. And the zander are now mythical beasts, so a bit bigger ones. So...
Why do you think the zander are not about anymore? Just that they're...
Myth and crab are the biggest problem. Water quality, as in it's clear, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, it is.
Zander, when they're feeding, they're so easy to catch. So if you're taking for the pot, you can clear out a river real quick. So they're not repopulating with the mitten crab. So I just think they've gone. Whether the pike have pike have re-established themselves, but they haven't. The answer is, mate, I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah,
it's always
feeling.
Yeah, but that's why I mentioned that is because I think you're spreading your wings and you're learning about fishing different waters. You said right at the beginning about fishing the white was just different, and you wanted to just try something, and you really enjoyed it by the sounds of things.
I love it. Yeah, loved it. Yeah, and it's like it's like you're learning so much again.
Yeah,
and because you don't know the peg, you go into a peg with an open mind, whereas like when you fished every peg and you know what you sort of go in there and you thought, it's almost like you're rejuvenated again.
Yeah, and that's I think that's part of the fun of fishing, isn't it?
Yeah,
and the learning is for me the most important thing because the catching of the fish is the result of the learning. Yeah, and if you can repeat it, you learn something else. Yeah. If you catch one, it's a fluke. If you can go back and repeat what you're doing, and catch. I'm talking about pike, perch, or zander here, but in your case, it's catching more of, isn't it, and repeating the process.
I mean, some of the Dave sorted me out some stuff and a stick float there. Do you know what is Andy stick float? Running around here.
Good God.
Apparently, used to fish stick floats on the bower, but
I fish a stick float on North Level.
Yeah.
When I was
So
up
we got
in
all
Wigan.
different shapes, sizes
Yeah,
of
you're not even
bolos.
listening to me as you're saying that.
No.
You
no.
totally dismissed that.
Yeah.
North level used to float real quick,
Did it?
like hoon through it as you get eddies.
That one. Mega
You
stick.
didn't listen to me again, did you? That is a huge, mate. That's a pike float.
Look at these. So there's bolos and big sticks.
Would you use that for barbel and chub?
No, well, yeah, and dace and bits of bobs. Like I see, that's heavy float. Big bolos, loads there. Look, so Dave sorted me out with them.
16 gram. That's over half an hour.
Yeah, I didn't use any of this because it weren't those conditions. But I think I've left. Oh no, these are the ones we used. I think. Yeah, these are more what I used. So I used like those. So it's Bolo number 5, it's like 4 gram. How nice.
Do you use that on your pole or your rod?
You could do, but I use this on a Bolo, 6 metre Bolo. Yeah.
What, whip?
No, rod. Your Bolo,
rod.
your Bolo rod. You know what Bolo rod is? God, dear. It's a Bolo rod is 6 metres with
6 foot,
eyes,
8,
telescopic.
about 20 foot.
Yeah. I had a 17-foot rod as
Telescopic rod. What, you
Yeah.
get from Wilco or something?
well. Mate. Be quiet.
What are you doing, Alex? I'm just putting my rod
And
together.
those that shape if it was a bit more pacey, but
Spolt might have one of those telescopic rods, about 50 years old.
yeah.
Did I show you the video
Can
Spolt
get
sent
it.
me of the crustaceans?
No.
I'll show you.
And then
okay.
also he sent me these wagglers, look. Now these are probably what you'd use on the ear, wouldn't you? On the old knee. Something like that, look.
I'll use that for the rud.
Truncheon waggler.
Look at that.
5 SSG.
Just shows you how turbulent the water is.
Yep. So yeah.
They're cool.
So thanks Dave for that.
Are these his own designs?
This is all Dave's floats, you know, brilliant. So his rubber's very good as well for the floats. But yeah, so I had 3 really good days with some nice meals and a few beers, and
Yeah.
it was good. Really enjoyed it.
I thought it stopped recording again then, but we're okay. Did Watling get a rounding?
Of course he did. Yeah. He's not a normal.
He's not, no, actually. When we did the litter pick last year, he got the second
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
I thought he's obviously supporting the wrong team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stopping. I've parked out here. Is that all right? In
Yeah.
front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're fine. Okay, before we get on to local match results, the guys 2 weeks ago were superb, weren't they?
They were. Yeah.
Chave.
Yeah.
Chave with his free line from Steve Barnett rather, from do it every time. Steve Barnett, wasn't that a great thing?
It was, yeah.
Offering to put all that line on kids' spools. Steve, he won't know this because I haven't messaged him, but if he could. Also, he called us names. Did you notice that? What did he call us?
Don't know.
Little and
Gunnosaurus.
large, I think.
Ah, was it?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum, something like that.
Yeah.
He made out that I asked him at the last minute to do a match report. I actually think I gave him 3 weeks' notice.
Did you?
I think he just ignored me. But anyway, it was a really nice gesture at Borden Angling from Steve to spool kids' reels over half term. And if anyone didn't watch it, Chave tried to get a free 2 spools done because he is the tightest man in England. But Chave, very nice match report, and we had our newbie.
Brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah, River. Martin Earlham. Martin Earlham. Did you get his joke about the cemetery?
Yeah.
It took me about 10 minutes.
Did it?
I sat there thinking, how's this funny? Morning? No. Having a shit. I'm going, yeah. It took me ages. So if you've got any more this week, it might take me a little while. I'll go, is that a joke? I don't know. But this is a kind of a leap of faith. I think Chavy's already sent me one in. We're recording this Monday night.
I got a funny feeling Ben Taylor is going to send one as well.
No way.
Yeah, I think them boys turned the old Barnsley Blacks over in the local winter league again.
Is that why? The only reason why he's talking to us? Because they've been successful.
Yeah, Leeds are doing all right as well at the minute.
He's been a bit. In fact, we haven't heard from him at all, have we?
He put something on there, didn't he? Comment.
I have no idea. So hopefully, we've got awesome.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because it's Monday night, and I'll be editing this probably late on Tuesday when they send him in. So I think we'll cut to that about now.
Hi there, Richard Chave from Earlham and Blackmore Vale, here to report on the fourth round. There's only the third match we fished due to one being called off of the Upper Thames Winter League. I'm in the kitchen because I've had a bit more glare off my head last week, so I've got that on as well. First confession to make, I've been chip shopped, unfortunately. There's the salt and vinegar. I'm ready for it, all the stick I get. So yeah, Alex and Andy, if you've got some sort of medium t-shirts left, I'll quite happily have one. But there we go, that's the chip shopping done, battered at both sides. So to the match itself, we were on the Avon Canal at Hungerford. Nice stretch of canal. Steve's lot's been on it, slaughtering it the last few weeks, so we get the rubbish. So, but it fished fairly well in places. Top weight was £21.2. That was Guy Manton, Preston Innovation Snatchers. Guy's been on the peg next to the town bridge, walking from the tavern, if you know it. Steve probably will. There was roach topping it at the start. He's gone in 5 metres on a caster, and he's basically not changed his rig all day. Just chucked in casters by hand, and he's had a beautiful net of fish. I'll chuck him up at the end so you can see him. I was in his section as well, a bit further away from him, but I managed to take a picture of it as well. So that's, yeah, nice lovely net of fish. Roach to 12 ounces, perch to over a pound, all on the same rig all day. Second place was Rob Kepner. He was fishing for Census Devices. Rob was the other side of the town bridge, but peg 2, so he's probably about 3 pegs away from the bridge. Rob's had 14.8, fished the whips. The Devices lads like fishing the whips. He's fished 4 metres, first of all, bread and pinky, had plenty of roach, got out to 5 metre to hand with casters, and had a few bigger roach and some perch. He said to me afterwards he sort of short lined in the end because it was just they're having away these perch. But yeah, he's had 14.8. Third place, Troy Weaver for Darwin League. Troy was on peg C5, so he was opposite side of the town bridge. So there's obviously a lot of fish there. Troy's had 1x less than Rob. He's had 14.7. He's had a mixed net of fish as well, perch and roach. So yeah, there's a lot of fish there. Fourth place, Martin Howard. From Darwin League, he was on E1, the other side of Tavern Bridge, Tavern down. Martin's had a similar net to the winners, roach, perch. Yeah, there's plenty of fish there. He was fourth. Fifth place was Rich Whitmarsh. He was next to me in the bay at Tavern. He's got in first chuck, he's had a pound of skimmer. Second chuck, he's had one probably 2.5 pounds. So like 5 minutes of the match, I'm 4.5 pound down. I know 3.5 pound down before you start. So yeah, that's where the chip shop came from. He's ended up with 11 pound. He's had another big, probably a 3 pound bream. I'll chuck the pictures up so you can see him. A reasonable perch. Not many roach. All the roach were Guy's end of the section. And me and Dave Micklewhite were next door. We sat there all day wondering where we're getting next bite's going to come from. And eventually they sort of filtered down the section, and Dave's caught first, and he's had a few more than me. So that's where that's come from. I've had a £5.3. So a nice day on the canal, but just totally worthless and 1 point. So there we go. Darwin League won the day. So they last on the first match, won the second match, won the third match. 31 points. Thatchers, Preston Innovation Thatchers, second on 29. Census Devices on 24, Matrix Talisman on 20, and my lot were plumb last on 18. We had some end pegs, but when you look at it, I think they appear to be the wrong end of the section. That's the way it goes sometimes. I'm sure we can pull some points back. Going into the league, Preston Innovations Thatchers on 6. Then it's a tie for second place. Darwin League on 7. Census Devices on 7. Dyer obviously take it at the moment with 2 match wins. My lot had 12 points. Garbley and Blackmore Vale, and in last place Matrix Talisman on 13. Next rounds on the Avon Canal at Bradford and Avon. There's a practice match next weekend. Should be fairly good. Similar sort of fishing, I'd imagine. Skimmers and perch. Roach on the punch. So yeah, there we go. I won't mention the football, Andy. I'm sure Alex. I'm pretty sure he's a Newcastle fan. Will mention it to you anyway, but. Perfect weekend, really, apart from the fishing. Tottenham win, Arsenal lose. You know, shame we never caught any fish. But I have been out today with the missus. We went to the River Stour, which is probably about 10 minutes in the road from us. Sat there for about 2.5 hours. And so if you want to catch a picture of me and the missus, I'll send that as well. So there we go. Well done, everybody. Ta-ta for now, and over and out, Motty.
Hi all, hope you're well and catching plenty. It's Steve here from Borden Angling Centre. Just give you a quick update on how the Avon Valley Winter League is going at present. Week previous, there was an open held on the White Hart section through to Cox's Lock. Fishing was a lot better than the round itself, which I'll come to in a moment. So 40 plus fish the open. Top spot on the day fell to myself, luckily. I was on a few chub. I've had 3 chub and a bream, which was on the old cyanide straight. Those that know it, in years gone by, it's been quite hard, but nowadays it's kind of reverse. It's where you want to be drawn. So I've had 3 chub, say, and a bream, which fell to caster over on the far side. That went 15-13. Second on the day was Nick Forshaw of Dowcack, drawn just below the join at White Hart. He's had 3 bream for 13.8. Now on the day it was a continental payout. Third went to Jamie Granger, it's top weight at Cox's Lock with £5.12. I think it's James Wrigley was 4th with 4.9, and 5th on the day was Drennan Borden captain Nick Jones with 3.15. So the sport, you know, even though I say was overall better than this week, the round itself was a lot harder. And as you can see by the weights I'm just about to go through, Darren Scott drew, fortunate for him, the same peg that I was on the week previous. Darwood Dorkin, he's had 1 chub of £4 and a couple of pound of bits for £6.3. Second was Dorking captain Alan Donnelly. He was drawn on A1 at Tannery. He's caught roach late on for £5.10, and completing the top 3 for Dorking was Alex Clements with £4.14. That included a nice eel as well. So well done, the top 3. 4th on the day, Anthony Flint, Apollo Angling, 4.10. So yeah, the sport overall was a lot harder. Some sections it was literally ounces. So onto the team front, top spot on the day went to Darwood Dorkin with 51 points. Second was Drennan Borden, my team, with just behind on 48. Third went to Tackle Up on section count, but they actually tied with Dowcack. They were on 38, but Tackle Up, as I say, nicked it on the day on the section count back. So the league to date now, with 2 rounds to go, Drennan Borden in first place on 7 points. Preston Dowcack are on 9 points. Darwood Dorkin on 11. Census Tackle Up 16. Apollo Angling 21. Allen's Marine Blue 23. Allen's Marine Red 28. And Borden Angling Centre 29. So the next round is this coming Sunday, held at Gold Valley on Middle and Main Lake. I will keep you posted on how it goes. In the meantime, have plenty of rod bedding action from Borden Angling Centre. Cheers.
All right, back again for weeks 2 and 3 of the Wigan Winter League. So week 2 saw us go down to the Saracen's Head, coming back towards Heaton's Bridge. Not one of my favourite bits, but there is a lot of fish what we catch down there, and it normally does fish well, which probably reflects, the result reflects quite well. So winning it was Richie Yates with 13.112. In second was Adrian Golding with 12.010. In third, one of my mates here, Paul Holding, with 11.14.5. In fourth was Chris Gorrell with 10.10.0. In fifth, S. Potter, I don't know who that is, with 9.88. And in sixth was a dancing king himself, Fred Larkin, with 7.12.4, which is a proper turn up for the boots if you know what Fred's like. Well, let's go on to the teams on the day. Now, you all know I fished for Colmate Northwest. We did the double and finished last again with a massive score of 89. Don't want to talk about it. It took me days and days to get over that. So that was that. In 10th was Tricast Rochdale with 79 points. In 9th was Nitro with 72. In 8th was the Extras with 67. Ingley comes 7th with 59 points. 6th was Saints with 57 points. 5th was Wigan Match Group with 57 points also. It went on a weight count back. 4th, no it didn't. I was going to stop tape then, but I'm not doing it. In 4th was Drennan Northwest with 50 points. In 3rd was Liverpool with 48. In 2nd was Census Northwest with 47. And winning it on the day was Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait. So the league then reads quite... So I'll just give you your top 3. We don't want to go down to the bottom. In first is Lee Tackle and Bait Matrix with 87 points. Drennan Northwest with 96 points. And Census Northwest with 102. So the day fished really, really hard. I weighed £2, £2.2, I think I weighed, for 3 points in my section. So I come 3rd in my section. Only one highlight on my day was I beat George McHugh to my right, and I took £1 off him. But I had Alex Clegg to my left, who promptly took £1 off me. And he's done me twice now, Alex, little Harry Potter. He's done me twice now for my section money. But hey, that's how it works. So, the Chip Shop Awards. There was that many Chip Shop Awards this week. It was like it was Good Friday. There was that many people got battered. But Ant Lloyd, a.k.a. Rishi Sunak, he got Chip Shop, so he's in there. And Mr. Angling Direct himself, Paul Duffy, both got annihilated. So, you must try harder. Anyway, last week, I did mention this kid last week, and he got chip shopped again this week. I think it must be all that bait he's putting in. Alan, stop feeding so much bait, and you might have half a chance. The Canal is struggling. It come up that far. But, hey, it is what it is. Right, well, on to week 3. So, just bear with me while I go on my tablet and swap it to week 3. Hang on, here we go. Right. So, week 3.
I can't believe you've not even moved that recycling, you've not emptied that bin, you've not even washed up yet, you take it piss, you.
Can you not see I'm busy?
Well, what are you doing now?
I'm on the podcast. Geez, you can't get a minute in this, I just got the fire off.
Right, well, you better crack on.
Sorry, lads. Right, so week 3 saw us go from Eaton's Bridge to Busker Town Centre. I like this venue, and it fished hard again. Really, really hard this week. I definitely think that Nationals had a massive effect on it. But making no mistake was Daz Shaw with a super weight of £6.6, 14, which was a really tough day. In second was Mick Davis fishing for Wigan Match Group. Third, Stuart Bird fishing for Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait with 5.30. Fourth, Carl Worley fishing for Census Northwest. Fifth, my mate Danny Wilson fishing for the Extras team with 4.76. Sure he'll get in the team next week, that lad. In 6th was Richie Sands fishing for Tricast Rochdale. Now, on to the teams on the day. Well, thank you, Nitro. Thank you, Mr. Alan Burns, for being worse than us. They come 11th. Took us away from being the treble with a score of 74. 10th, Extras with 72. Woo, this is us with 71 points in 9th. In 8th, Trycatch Rochdale with 69. 7th was Ingley with 65. Liverpool with 65, which was on a weight count back this time, with 65 points. Wigan in 5th with 63 points. Census Northwest with 63 points, with 56 points. 3rd, Saints with 55 points. 2nd, Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait with 35 points. And winning it on the day was Drennan Northwest. So I don't know if we look at the league now, has that changed the league standings? No, it's not. So still in the lead is Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait with 122 points. 2nd, Drennan Northwest with 130 points. And 3rd, Census Northwest with 158. But it's quite tight and close. But us at the bottom, it is quite tight and close. So any good results will bump a team right up. But we'll just have to see on that. Now, what have I got for this week? Oh, so the Chip Shop Award goes to me. I got battered both sides, so I got chip shopped. I'm not big. I'm not bothered. It is what it is. I got a peg, B1, which was the veranda, which is a known peg on Wigan Canal. I skipped down to my peg. Only if I find it was the skimmers weren't there. So I promptly got beat off Rob Holt to my right, and who's to my left? It don't matter. Anyway, I got beat, and that was that. Now, the other Chip Shop Award goes to Paul Hughes, a.k.a. Jackanory. He wasn't telling much of a tale on Sunday after the match, let me tell you. He didn't come and tell us that tale, did he? So, there you go, Paul. That's twice you've been on the Chip Shop Award now. I'm starting to get worried. What else? Well, next week, we're at Crook next week, so I'll do one next week and then the week after. So I'll try and split up the reports rather than do two at once. What else? I've got a one for you. Why don't you ask Motti about one of our funny stories in Ireland when he got the van stuck? So you can get the story off him. There's that story and another one, but we'll go next time on that one. But try and ask him about that story and see what he says. So over and out. Catch you later.
Hi there, Richard Chave reported on the practice match for the Upper Thames Winter League. This week we're on the Kent and Avon Canal between Trowbridge and Bradford and Avon. Two sections used were Wadden, traditional, God, that I used to go back fishing that years ago. Actually, lots of tench, they're not there anymore, they're long gone. And Moulton Drive, which is like in Bradford and Avon itself. So they're sort of fairly spaced out pegs, sections. Winner on the day was my teammate Ben Dukes. Ben has been on peg 9 at Wadden. Ben's had the only double figure net. He's had £10.14. I spoke to him earlier. He's caught on red maggot bits of worm. He's caught skimmers basically up to £1. Probably 4, he said, some sort of smaller ones. Had a really nice day's fishing. Been on peg 9, so it's not an end peg, but he said he had a bit of a gap because of Norfolk Reed. So he made the most of it. So well done, Ben. Second place, a seasoned campaigner in the Southwest, Kevin Rolls, won just about everything, I think, Kev. He was in at Moulton Drive, so there's peg 21 to 30 at Moulton Drive. Kev's drawn 21, so he's been the end, made the most of it. He's had £7.13. Similar net to the winner, skimmers, roach, that sort of thing. I mean, you both would have started on the punch, and I'm sure both would have caught on maggot at the end, so that's how it goes. Third place, Stuart Harrop from Matrix Talisman. Stuart is down the far end of Moulton Drive. Stu's had 6.11. Fourth place, Buzzer. So Mike Buzzer Burnson
from Garbarino, Blackmore Vale, my lot. Been on peg 14 up at Wadden. Mike's had 6-9. Had some skimmers. I'm sure there's been some bit of bit of worm murdering with Mike's involved, but he's had 6-9. We call him Captain Dendrobina. So he's a bit of a Mickey take, but yeah, he does really well, Mike. Wins cider tokens apparently. So he said whenever he wins money. So there was an equal fifth. Phil Bendel, the new dad. He was back in after his missus had a nipper, and he picked up last week. He's picked up again this week. Phil's had 6-3. He's from Gordon League. He's been next to the winner, next to Ben. I think there's been a bit of a gap up there because of the reeds. And then we got Mad Mike Marsden, Triple M we call him. He's Preston Innovation Thatchers. He was down at the Molten Drive, also had £6.3. So it's a reasonable match, sixes, some fives. I didn't actually fish it. I went down to the Tone and caught lots of roach on whips down there, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I think when the river's spot on, I just went and fished it, but because of our inability in the team, I'm in next week, so the lack of people, so I've managed to get in. So I'll be able to report about that this week. No talk about football at all. We had no mention about tractors or anything like that this week. So Andy, I'd appreciate if that's the case, and I'll see you all next week. Ta-ta for now, and over and out, Monty.
All right, guys, thanks for that. Can't make much comment, obviously, because we ain't seen what they said.
I wonder how many blankety blank were in there winner league.
Quite a few. I wonder if they've...
I reckon.
Yeah, well, up north. It's a bit grim,
Well,
isn't it?
No, it's not that grim. I think it's grim around here at the minute.
Is it?
Yeah, it's for me anyway.
Yeah, you just shit. Right,
Yeah.
what's been happening locally? There's some good weights.
Yeah, lovely weights at March, aren't they? Yeah.
It's all March.
Yeah.
There's nothing anywhere else.
No.
Have you not got any local angling club matches?
Yes, I have. Windmill Steve. Bloody hell. Won't be able to get his head in the browser door if he turns up in there, will he?
Has he won a few?
He won one. So, Wiltsey Saturday series, might as well start with Windmill Steve. So, this goes to show how up and down the fishing is in the Fens. So, this week, this Saturday just gone, they were on Wiltsey Dyke. So, for those that know Wiltsey Dyke, or don't know Wiltsey Dyke, it's below the Bower, below Ashline Lock. There's some platforms there. There's a little bridge, a railway bridge, and it used to be absolutely rigid with fish. We used to have winter leagues on there. It was cracking. Lovely venue. Bit wider than Factory Bank, just a bit more pleasurable, easier to get in, and flatter banks behind you. Good fishing, decent enough access. And it's pretty shit now. Yeah, like everywhere. So match winner was March's finest Derek York with 3.15 from the MPEG. Runner up was £2, 5 ounces and half
Every time.
was Jed Humphreys. Well done. And then equal third was Rob Allen and 118 John Taylor with £1.12.
Oh,
And then everyone caught not a lot.
old 118 has been making some derogatory comments about the podcast.
Has he?
Yeah, how he says he never listens.
Oh, of course he listens. We mention his name.
He says, I don't listen because they take the piss too much. See, fibbing.
He loves it.
John,
He'll be asking for money, like royalties, every time we mention his name soon.
well, that's 10p we owe him.
Yeah.
Does he get another mention later on? He just fishes every day, doesn't he?
Yeah.
How does he
He
afford
said
his
he's
bait?
given up every year, you know.
How does he afford his bait and his petrol money?
Well, how many matches does he win a week?
Well, he's fleecing everyone else. You wouldn't get much for third, would you?
Might get £1.50 in a packet of crisps. Yeah, so that was this Saturday. Then the Saturday before, they was at Carrot Wash. That is known as Carrot Wash, but it is actually Glassmore Bank at Pondus Bridge where they fish. And the match winner with £78.4.
I saw that and I thought, that can't be right.
Yeah, Windmill Steve, £78.4 on corn. Now, he is tight, so he don't like buying bait. And he had £78.4 on corn. He's probably had that in the freezer all year, that corn as well. Been reusing it, freezing it.
Bream.
Bream and Tench, yeah.
No
Awesome.
way.
Yeah. And then runner-up was Rob Lincoln with £45.2. And third was John Taylor, 118 with 18.12.
He's in a game.
Oh, he missed the third, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
So
everywhere.
that's a superb.
Yeah.
So did they know the Bream were there?
No, I've never seen a weight like that from there before.
So from you guys are normally very clued
Well,
in,
Rob Lincoln was second, caught Tench.
but you guys are normally really clued in of how to attack each swim in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So to be fair, Steve's done really well, hasn't he, to maximise that amount of weight.
Yeah.
So how would you go about it in a match? Say you've discovered there's suddenly Bream in your peg. You probably haven't got Bream gear with you. Would you have? You wouldn't.
Well,
would you?
it's not much different. You just put maybe a bigger hook length on and slightly heavier elastic, but you know, wouldn't change a lot. You get them in. It's only shallow, and Bream aren't like a Tench or whatever where they're gonna do you in the weed or whatever. They just
Has he had him on the pole?
yeah on the pole.
Oh,
So-
that is awesome.
Well done, Windmill. Then Holbeach had a match the other day as well. Their results were a bit later. I haven't seen for this week, so I do apologise. I've missed this week's off. But Concrete Kilby, Mr. Andrew Kilby, £38.6. Gary Boxall, £23.6. Ian Benton, £18.12. So brilliant match. There's stacks of fish there, lots of skimmers and perch and roach and here, there, and everything. So they had a good match. And Ramsey. So they've had a couple of Sunday matches at different venues. This is probably why they go to Ramsey St Mary, to be fair. So this Sunday they were on Factory Bank. And guess what Peg won it?
One.
Yeah, Peg won. £5.12. Guess what Peg was second?
Let me guess. Duh.
So 111.8 Colgate. Duncan Folks won £1.2. Shocking. The week before they were at Bodsey, which is a nice little venue. And the winner, well done to Ian. So I think it's his first win with the boys. Ian Farrow, 7 ounces.
Ooh.
Second was Duncan with 6 ounces, and then everyone else caught just shy of.
They all did a Terry Wogan.
They all did an Alex Bates. And the Wednesday, just gone, David Steele's £17.2. This was at Ramsey St Mary. Derek York's £9.
Peg one?
Yep. Derek York £9.7.
Peg
Colgate Keith. No, Derek was about peg 3 or 4, I think. And then Colgate Keith £7.15. So yeah, not great, is it? Not great. And then we've got the East Midlands
Before we do that,
Winter League.
guess what I remember? Derek Skinner has sent me some match results through.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good old
brilliant.
boy Derek, but guess what? It's on my
What?
phone.
Where's your phone?
Downstairs.
Oh.
Bear with me a minute. Okay, so I'm back from running downstairs. Running is probably too strong a word. I'm going to read out the match from Wednesday, the 23rd of October. It is Spilsby AA. I don't know where it is.
Wainfleet me at.
Is it? Do you reckon?
Probably, yeah.
So, in first place was Paul Webster with £11.3. Second was Don Green.
Well done,
So
Don.
Don, £10.10. And third, it's the same on names, Dave Ashmore, £8.11. I've got some dates here for the Winter League. So it's river steeping at Wainfleet.
Wainfleet me at. So it starts this Sunday.
Yeah, 7 rounds to count. All entrants must be Spilsby AA members. £5 to join, which is a bargain. So the first match is 17th of November. Second is 1st of December, then 15th of December, 5th of Jan, 19th of Jan, 2nd of Feb, and 16th of February. And they've got 3 reserve dates, which is 23rd of Feb, 2nd of March, 9th of March. It's a maximum of 30 anglers. The entrance fee is £25. That'd be for the total, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And they need the fee by Sunday the 10th, which was yesterday. This comes out on Wednesday, so actually it's... Yeah, we're way behind. That's completely... Well, it's not my fault. It's just the way we do this every other week, isn't it? So that's that. I don't know who you need to contact. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Derek, it seems to be. It says, PM me your address. So Derek Skinner seems to be the man for doing that, I presume. So that's cool. No if you want to do it, you can. You did contact Dave Andrew on Messenger. He's got his mobile number down here, but should I give it to him?
Nah.
Nah, just do Dave Andrew on Messenger if you want to do the Winter League series. And Derek's got a book out. We mentioned it last year. It's The Life on the Racetrack and the Riverbank. And I don't know where you get it from. I did know, and I should know. But if you look at this on Amazon, it's £12. Great Christmas present. So there we go. So that's some results that are a bit delayed from Spilsby AA. If you get me the results, guys, for this week and next week, we'll read them out in 2 weeks' time. Which should be cool. Right. Are you ready for the horror show?
The horror show?
Terence Wogan. Have you got your checkbook? How much stick have you had today? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I've had enough, to be honest.
You've had enough.
I've had enough, yeah.
Had enough.
But it is what it is.
Good humoured banter.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. I weren't happy, put it that way. Apologise if I come across stuff. So yeah, this weekend, we'll catch up on the last 2 weeks. So last week was the East Midlands Round 4 practice match
On
Benwick, A, B, C sections, Wiltshire Bower, and 5 sections at March from the bypass bridge back towards town, with the end section finishing about 4 pegs before Mist Underwater, before the health centre. They actually had like 50 odd pegs there.
They moved the boat.
Have they? Yeah. Is it back again?
Yeah, they took it out for a little drive on Saturday.
Oh, right.
I thought, blow me, it's moved.
Yeah.
I saw them come back. They took the willow tree down.
Yeah.
He did say as he came past, this is going to be awkward. Crash, bang, wallop.
Yeah.
So all those fish would have gone, holy moly.
Oh. Yeah.
They'll soon come back.
Yeah. So they did a bit of a continental payout sort of thing. They paid the winner of each venue. Obviously, everyone wanted to draw March. And I know, Mark Pollard won March with £30.
Who?
Mark Pollard?
Never heard of him.
No, he has been a bit absent this year.
Has he?
Yeah.
Is he coming on a podcast?
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Can we sit him here in the middle?
Yeah.
Where's Andy Kinder?
I ain't seen him for ages.
He promised.
He'll be down, don't you worry, he'll be down. And so he won March. I think there was a couple of £28. Goddard and Gav both had £28, like within ounces of each other. Good weights all the way through. There's a patchy area near the turning bay, the bypass turning bay, sort of 4 pegs either side, caught £5-6, which is sort of a bit of unheard of really for March. And then near he got to the bypass bridge, the weights got bigger again. Benwick was decent. £26 was top weight, which was Jack Demant, all tench from B section.
we can't catch him.
No, it's the only time they fed really. And then I think Dan Rogers was second with like £21 a roach from peg 1 at Benwick, but consistent sort of 10, 12s, and then C section was pants, sort of £3, £2, £2, £2, £1, £1. Further away, went from the town. Wiltshire Bower is where I drew.
It sounds a bit like doom and gloom there.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So you had to draw up one end. Everyone was like, oh, I don't want to draw the Bower because they've had a massive fish kill further upstream. And the Bower's one of them venues, you just feel like you run out of fish very quickly. And after about 40 minutes, I got that feeling I'd run out of fish. And it was pretty much just bitting and bobbing, trying to catch perch, scraping around.
Oh, this is the practice round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had like 80 fish, which is day's fishing, £6. I think I had £6.14. That was third in my section. Paul Wright won it from the end peg, and then the other end caught more sort of little silver fish and stuff. And then Drac won the whole of that. Up the other end, it was solid. He had £25. There's a £22. Fished really well up there. So this week, everyone they pegged it the same, just took a section off March because there was obviously extra pegs put in at March. And March fished very well again. There's a little area again near the turning bay, sort of 4 or 5 pegs past the turning bay going towards the bypass bridge was a little area where they really struggled, and then they caught again near the bridge, but then they caught near the turning bay. So really odd. There's obviously some sort of predators moving the fish about there, something's happening. And the match winner was G-Wag himself, Mr. Graham Welton, £34.12. Runner-up was Liam Darler with £31.4. Then it was Gobber, £29.11. Gav again, Drew on him, £29.4. And then just in the frame was Darren Rogers with £23.14. But there's lots of £20 again, 10s, 12s, really good fishing, apart from that little dodgy area. Basically the end of the start of K section and the end of J section was a bit dodgy. Then the Bower first section was okay. £11 won that. John Taylor had 14 billion fish for £11, and then Pete Billington on peg 1. So the same 2 pegs for first and second.
John Taylor gets mentioned more in this podcast than anybody else.
That's why he listens to it.
Yeah.
And then the next section, basically the same peg won it again. The end peg nearest, going away from the town. Matt Page, he fed a combination of Seal 3000.
I was waiting
some
for
worms. Luckily there's a lock gate. The seal couldn't get to him.
Half.
But no, he did well. £10.10
Round
I
applause.
think you have. But so he
Is he
did
still
well.
copping it, is he?
He's never going to live it down, is he?
No.
Right. And so that was that. And then moving on to Bennick. So I drew Bennick. Yeah. Which I drew A3. I was sort of more optimistic about that.
That's the third peg.
Yeah, third peg in. Yeah.
That's where the fish are.
Yeah, normally when you draw in A section 1 to 4, you normally
On the money.
win the match. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had Tom Moretti on 2, Dave Corcoran on 1. I had Mr. Statistic himself on 4.
Oh, what, Andre?
Yeah, that makes it even worse. Yeah. And
5. Matt Barker, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
Was he talking to you non-stop?
No. I was like, anyway. So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, this is really clear. This is like even clearer than the week before. I've seen it this clear once, and that was after Christmas in like the last Hayjack round when it's been battered to death, and we've had like, it's got a lid on it the day before, and it just goes clear. And I'm looking at it going, this is going to be horrific. I'm thinking, about an hour in, the fish are going to come from the town. We're going to catch one a chub. This one is going to catch 15, 16 pound. So I thought, I'm not going to start how I normally start. I'm going to be really negative, and because I just think it's going to be shit. So I fed a couple of little perch lines and one ball of ground bait, and that's it. I fed at the start, and went straight in on like Pinky on a perch rig to catch some perch, and like sat there. I'm like, you had a bite here, Tom? No. I'm like, bit weird. So I thought, I better I'll try my whip over. It's a bit clear. I might get a bite fishing a whip. So like that. You had a bite? No. And I thought they'll turn up. Then like hour into the match, no one's caught anything apart from Tony on the boats. Caught 3 roach, I think. 2 hours in, I think Dave on the end's got about 16 of these fish, and I swear they are like, you would hardly see them in there. They're tiny little things. So I'm thinking, like looking. I fed some bait right down the edge where you could see, because like it's that clear you can see if a perch goes over it. And I keep looking. I'm just like looking. No, nothing. It's not moved. Nothing.
So, guy on peg 1's had these little transparent.
He's got about an ounce with 14 of them.
What number's Tom? 3 or 2?
Tom's on 2.
Has he had a bite?
Yeah, he had a bite. He like struck. He go, oh, I got one, and like put it up the bank and like pulled it along. I mean, how sad is this? Like, we've got anglers fishing with. I'm fishing a 26 iron 1, right? and I'm cutting a pinky in half. Right? What has my life come to?
Got a pinky in
I'm on
half.
A3. I'm thinking, I'd suck a tramp off for a fish.
Not again.
You know what I mean?
Not
Yeah, I
again.
would. I'd
Not
suck
again. No. That
I
was,
tell you,
how long ago was that when you...
I said, how many you got now? Like with an hour or so. Tom's got, I got 7. I said, I'd suck a tramp off for one of them now.
What,
I'm
they
telling
little-
you. Minute little things.
What were they? Perch?
They were little roach, I think.
What, the shears?
Yeah. And I'm like looking, and I've tried down here, I've tried feeding soup, I've tried everything just to catch one. And the only saving grace was Matt Barker was blanking, and I'm thinking, please don't catch a fish.
Oh, yeah, if he catches one, you're done mentally. Did he catch one?
Oh yeah, he caught one.
No!
Everyone goes, what's that? And he's like chuckling, he goes, I don't even know it's that small. It's like, I think it's a roach, like put it in his net. And then like where he's caught these 7 or 8 fish, whatever he's had for 1 3/4 ounces. I'm like, I fed that line from the start, and I've refed a little tiny little minced up ball of worms, and I'm fishing half a pinky and a 26, and I've got a 0.10, I've got a 06 hook length. If you can't get a bite on an iron 124 and a single squat, for me, that's it. There ain't no fish there. Full stop. Because if you can't get a bite on that, you ain't getting a bite. I'm telling you. And I'm like, put more line on my rigs. I'm flicking my rigs past. Thinking.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching my clock go down. Hour to go. Thinking, right, hour to go. They only got to switch on. And it's a 1 hour fishing match. Nothing. And then Tom caught a perch actually worth catching, which is probably 1.5 ounces, I reckon.
Oh.
Maybe 2 ounces. He had a perch line, he struck, and he's like straight up the bank and like pulled it along the bank. And I was like, oh, well done, Tom. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna get one. I just need feeding. I'm trying. I'm thinking. And then with like 10 minutes to go, that's it. I'm gone. You know, like when you're like proper, like what the hell is going on here? And the light's starting to fade, and you're thinking, I'm going to catch one in a minute. And then time. I'm like, please, when I strike, be one on like a foul hook or something. So I'm like, give it the Zorro strike, nothing.
Oh my Lord.
So, you know when someone knows not to take the piss anymore?
Yeah, Barker.
Barker was silent.
That is brilliant. It's not brilliant, but oh my Lord.
So I'm thinking, right, I've got to pack all this away. I don't really want to pack this away. I just want to leave my gear, get in my van and drive home. And then my dad appears, and I'm like, oh no. To pick Tony Fenn up. I said to my dad, I said, Dad, I don't know whether to punch someone or cry. That's how I feel. He went, oh, I will leave you alone then. And that, honestly, because you're that, and you're thinking, I knew how patchy it had been. Anyway, the rest of Benwick. So Richard Martin won our section with £3.13, which was a tench and a perch. Right?
2 fish.
Yeah. Second in the section was Tony Fenn with 10 ounces opposite the boat, all on the waggler. He had like 10 fish for 10 ounces or whatever, all fish that no one else had even seen. Third in the section was Peg 1 with 5 ounces. Then there was 1 ounce and 3/4. No, Tom Moretti had 2 and a bit ounces. Then there was 2 other people or 3 people with 1 ounce and 3/4. And then Pete Vasey had like 1/4 ounce. So if I'd have caught with only a fish that big, I would have only got 1 less point. So I would have got 8 instead of 9. Yeah. So yeah. So next section along. So I think
But that's the best section.
that's the best section. This is like everyone catches £15 plus a roach.
How these fish just literally stayed between the 2 bridges.
Yeah. They're not there. I'm sorry. They were not there in front of me. It was that clear. You would have seen a fish. The only fish I see was a pike that big following my plummeting when I was plumbing up.
Could you put a treble on it?
No, pike don't count. So, anyway, the next section along. So the end peg and R section was A, and that was Richard Martin. And then on peg B2 was Jonathan Coote. I'm not sure who sat in between them, but I think that's what you call a chip shopping. Jonathan Coote sat on B2 and he had a tension as well. So this is the area where Jack caught them tension the week before. So he's got a cigar out as well. It's the easiest section, and he caught that on a pinky rig as well. So I will mention the angler that sat in between them. So that was Steve Goodrum. Absolutely chip shot, mate. Big time.
Has he given you any crap today?
He's been quite quiet about that, but he gave me some shit the other week.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
He's the ring. He's the sort of ringleader of them all. If you know what I mean. So definitely he's getting it. And then I think Kev did mega here, 12 ounces of amoebas, whatever.
Amoebas.
Unidentified fish, whatever they were. And then Colin Oatman won the last section with 9 ounces. He drew C8, which he's been drawing worse than me, to be fair to him. Well, not this week, but yeah. And I was the only one in the whole match, Andy, to blank. Yeah.
The whole match?
The whole match. And I give Gav Wright stick for saying that you couldn't blank at Benwick the other week. How did you blank at Benwick? Did I not on this podcast?
Oh, my Lord,
So I do apologise, Gavin, that we're in a very select few now that have blanked at Benwick. So
you've come last.
Yeah, all right.
You've come last.
Yeah, I feel like Colin Oatman in the National now. But he actually did catch something. I didn't.
Alex.
I never had a bite.
From A3.
From A3. That's
not
why...
scene 8.
No, not C8, no. I never had a bite from peg A3 at Benwick.
Have the lads been giving you some like tackle and baits?
Within reason, yeah.
They're a bit scared they're going to get dropped. I think Peterborough have gone to town on you, haven't they?
Oh, they love it, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, mate, they love it. God. That Chris Daniels, oh, sorry to hear you blank, mate. 2 seconds later, oh, there's a lovely picture of me and stuff like that. Your card's marked, mate. Don't you worry about that. And to be fair, I would have thought they'd had it. I mean, before I even got the results out, I thought there'd have been something going around because you know what they're like.
Yeah.
They've got that many bank runners.
Mate, it's Monday. You've got 5 more days of this.
It's good, isn't it? Can't wait. So, yeah. So I was pretty annoyed. So going back to the results, which I did not want to go back, but, you know.
Took it on the chin.
Take it on the chin.
Got to, haven't you?
Hopefully it happens to a lot more people, and it will be noted, if it does happen, what you've said to me, and what goes around comes around.
Well,
obviously.
Yeah.
So,
fair play.
Yeah. So, no one's actually brought that up that I mentioned that Gavin Wright had blanked at Benwick. No one's mentioned it to me.
I forgot.
I remembered.
Oh, yes, you stitched yourself up, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And so going back to the results, obviously we had a cricket score by our standards with anglers wrong end of sections, we had anglers blanking. We had, an angler blanking. Poor old Slates drafted in lastminute.com due to illnesses, and he had an ounce. He was in C section. So yeah, we had a cricket score from what we've been. We had 43 points. So teams on the day, Hot Rods did mega. They had 32 points. Stanjay Gold, mega again, 34 points. Peterborough, 42 points. And Tackle and Baits, 43 points. So if I hadn't blanked, we'd have probably beaten them. So we'd have been third. But I blanked, so we had one more point. And
he's mentally scarred.
Yeah, I am. And then in 5th place was Tackle and Bait Select Team, so our second team with 48. They were well happy with that. And then in 6th place was Matrix Dynamite Image on 49.
Well, they had more of a stinker than you guys.
Yeah. Mark 1 White 50, Mark 1 Black 61. So, yeah, proper tight.
Yeah.
done the individuals, and the league now stands with tackle and baits and hot rods on 9. And third spot is Matrix. No, they're not. Maver, Bait Tech, Take the Piss, Peterborough with 10.
They're gunning for you. They could win it.
Yeah, they could win it. That would be, well, I'm not going to say. And then
Don't jinx yourselves.
and then Image are on 16. So there's a sort of 6-point gap from third place to fourth, which is Image, which Image are normally there or thereabouts. So that just goes to show how hard the league has been this year. But I've got a few chip shop awards.
I'm glad to see you. Have you given any T-shirts out yet?
No.
Are you going to give some T-shirts out? We haven't.
Depends who they are.
I think you should do one this week.
The week before, I was really gutted that the mole didn't get chip shop. So he's had a couple of bad weeks, and he's managed to just beat one person either side.
He's raising his head above the parapet.
Oh, mate, you couldn't hear him for 2 weeks, and yesterday, Cordier, you heard him when he left March. Yeah. Poor old John Price is in his pocket now. He beat John Price off the next peg, so that's it.
Bagpuss done.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Slowly going through our team, apparently. He is. Yeah. So obviously Steve Goodrum, he got chip shot. Andy Mead, you got chip shot. Louis Van Gaal, I can't get a bite. He got chip shot. Dave Rao got chip shot. Simon Godfrey, our very own, got chip shot. There's a few others. And then the week before, Danny Grimsey got chip shot. So last week's award goes to Danny Grimsey, and this week's going to go to Steve Goodrum.
Has Steve had a chip shot? He has had I've got a feeling you've given him a shirt before.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
I can't keep giving them to myself, can I? I've got enough T-shirts as it is.
You got to give them out, mate. You can't hoard them.
No.
So
Yeah.
you're not. Are you actually going to present one in the flesh, or have you got given up?
I might, but I just got one thing to say, Andy.
What have you got on? Oh!
Tsunami! Hey? You thought you was going to get away with it, didn't you? Look at that, proper team.
Brilliant.
Hey? You thought you was going to get away with it, didn't you? Talk us through what happened. You got no excuses, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, go on, here
I'm not.
we got injuries.
No, I'm not watching football anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's talk about fishing
Sing when you're winning.
and Winter League.
Win the league. You ain't going to
Winter League.
Oh.
Talk about fishing and Winter League, mate. How many anglers are actually in the Winter League?
Oh, you notice how we quickly got away from it? Oh. Oh, dear.
Mate, that's a good shout.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You've been.
This shirt's about 8 sizes too big for me, so I had to tuck it in. It's like a baby grow, look. So, yeah, I might just take it off now just to...
Yeah, I would. Yeah, just make the most of it. Look at that.
It's a bit of an old one, but it's a bit of a nighty, this one.
You know, it's a good job we do have one every 2 weeks. So I've really got away with this.
Hey?
Because last week you could have...
Look at this.
Yeah. Given me loads.
So, yeah, do you want to talk about football or fishing again?
What do you want to talk about?
Not fishing. I'd rather talk about football this week.
Honestly, mate.
So, yeah, that's it, really, football-wise. Just
He won 3-1 as well yesterday. Or Saturday.
Yeah.
Doing
We're ahead
well.
of you now. No, we're not. We're a point behind you, I think.
What's going on?
Bad, isn't it?
Injuries. VAR. PGMO. What are they called? PGMO?
Yeah.
It's all a conspiracy.
Poor old Arteta. Yeah. I love it when he loses the plot. It's brilliant football. It's brilliant entertainment, isn't it?
What's just as bad is we've lost Eddie as well.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. I reckon we're going to struggle coming top. We're going to struggle. I was going to say...
One good thing about this weekend, Spurs lost to Ipswich.
You wouldn't believe how many messages I get, right? And then I know when we've done really badly, because there's one Yiddite in particular who is a lure angler,
right,
who sends me loads of crap. And he's only had like 2 occasions to message me this season. The rest of the time it's been like radio silence.
The thing is, Man City are losing as well. It's like, what? Liverpool are winning the league convincingly. I can't let this happen. I've got a bet with Pat North that Newcastle are going to finish ahead of Liverpool this year. And I'm thinking,
I think it will even itself out after Christmas.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it's all these injuries. Lots of
Anyway.
teams had lots of injuries. Anyway, yeah, I'll take it, mate. Yeah, we're not playing very well. You boys obviously deserved the win. I don't know if there's any controversial refereeing decisions.
No, you can't have that this
Just
week.
got stuffed. 1-0, wasn't it?
1-0. 1-0 to the Newcastle,
Yeah.
not 1-0 to the Arsenal.
No.
No.
I take
Anyway,
it.
where were we? Sorry, I got sidetracked.
This podcast hour and a half now.
Yeah, I was meant to be going to the gym tonight, but 6 o'clock already.
Is it? We started at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to bring it to an end.
Yes.
So
Can't wait.
where's round 6?
So this next weekend, we've actually got March. I might actually get to draw March, Andy.
Is it just on March?
Yes. I can't draw anywhere else. But there's some right dodgy bits at March this year. So I'm trying not to draw them.
But it's practice, so you'll be all right.
Yeah.
So is it rounds? How many rounds total? I've forgotten.
6 rounds.
Is this the last one?
No, this is round 5.
Oh,
Sorry.
you got 2 more.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, mate. You might catch fish. You might get a bite.
Be nice.
Are you going to take down your half pinkies or your squats?
Yeah.
Imagine if you come last on March.
Imagine it.
I'll never see you again.
No.
Right, we're going to bring this to a close. Oh dear. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this week. It's been a
What I will say, sorry,
Go on.
no. On a serious note, the match on Sunday was do I have a shield for jockey?
Right, yeah.
And I sat there and I was raging, absolutely raging, and I'm thinking. And then John Bates said his thing about this match is for jockey, and obviously Andy Moss passed away last year, Spriggy, all the anglers that fished the league that have passed away sort of suddenly, really. And I thought, do you know what? I'm sure all of them fellas would love to be sat at Benwick blanking right now. And I just thought, do you know what? It is team fishing. It is what we live for. It is what we do. But yeah, I just brought everything into perspective, really. And I'll quite happily take all this banter because it'll all be forgotten on Sunday when I win the March Open.
I love it. No, but you're right what you say. It's only
Yeah.
fishing. There's more important things to worry about.
There
aren't
is.
there?
Yeah.
So I think we all get carried away. I certainly do get carried away with it. Any sport, you get carried away with it because we enjoy doing it. But you're right. At the end of the day, and it's your mates that make it. And actually, the banter is actually
What goes around comes around.
but it's funny. I think on that note, Alex, we need to finish.
Bye-bye.
See you later.